idea of ground cover because maybe it replaces mulch, or it's in areas or just kind of barren and there's not much going on. But typically it's just green, which is better than nothing. However, consider the possibility of adding some color to your ground cover as well. That's exciting here, and we're not just talking about a couple of months, 5 to 6 months worth of what you see on your screen.
Yes, and
I'm gonna grab some water. You take it away real quick.
Yeah, this is our 6-piece hardy ice plant collection. And you kind of glossed over the fact that this is a mulch replacer. In my opinion, that's a pretty huge deal. This is a collection that's really designed to save you time and money in the garden, because it will actually replace the mulch. It smothers out weeds, so you're not picking weeds all summer long, and it also slows erosion, but it does so with gorgeous style and grace. Up to 5 to 6 months of these beautiful flowers, and you're getting all three of the colors that you've seen, the pink, the gold, and the orange. And these flowers are about the size of a silver dollar. They are some of the brightest colored flowers you've ever seen. And the foliage is evergreen 12 months out of the year.
I'm in love with these. Should I add this to my palm tree order?
I would definitely add this to your palm tree order. And the hibiscus, yeah, because this is a collection that if you have old mulch in your garden from last year, you can replace it with the ice plant. And it produces a blanket of colorful flowers like that for 5 to 6 months.
Wow. So these are new, which is sort of
new
wild
this year, yeah.
when you think about the fact that over 21,000 of these collections have been sold since they were introduced just around the middle of February. That's awesome, but I think it shows so many of us understand that this checks that box.
Definitely.
Ground cover plus color, hard to beat at a feature price of $24.98 with free shipping and handling. I must warn you that what we have for you right now is it for the season.
Yeah, QVC they asked us if we could get more, and we said, well, you know, we've been growing these for a while. This is all we have for the season. And the reason, like you're saying, that they have been so wildly popular is because not only are they going to bring the beautiful color for 5 to 6 months of flowers, 12 months of evergreen foliage, but as a succulent plant, they are heat tolerant, they are drought tolerant, they love the full sun. Grow them in the rocky, craggy, terrible soils.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Plant them in last year's mulch. You don't have to go and dig out your mulch.
Really?
It's winter hardy to negative 20 degrees. So, you know, if you're living in Pennsylvania like we are, and we're getting this huge snowstorm right now, well, if you were to dig out underneath, you'd see these beautiful evergreen plants growing gorgeously.
Let's explain exactly what you're getting here.
Yes.
What Devin just said about them being winter hardy, that's critical. But then it's not just evergreen.
No.
You've got flowers coming up here.
Compared to other ground covers, if you find other ground covers that have flowers, they will not be anywhere near the size of these. Most flowering ground covers, the flowers are about the size of a needle tip.
Yeah.
These are about the size of a silver dollar. They are easy to grow, low maintenance plants. Plant them where the hose doesn't reach.
Great.
That's
what you're looking at here. If I take, so you get 6 plants, 2 of each color.
Right.
So that's how we get to what you see here in front of Devin and me. But this is how
this is how it comes shipped. You can see we have all the colors individually marked, and they are all planted on their own.
Great.
All you do is you go out to your garden, go out to your borders, along your walkways,
and then how
slopes,
far apart?
Plant them about 18 inches apart. So about 1.5 feet. So this plant, you plant it and it's gonna grow into something that looks like this.
In how long?
This first season.
No.
It's that wonderful. That is why so many gardeners are getting getting 3 or 4 sets. Seriously, most gardeners are getting 3 to 4 sets. If you have like a walkway that you want to line, get a couple sets to plant on each side of your walkway.
What if you have flower beds that have rocks in them where they really hold on to the heat?
Oh,
you know what I mean? It can burn a lot of plants up.
Even the grass won't grow in those areas.
Yeah, it just gets so hot.
Well, because they have succulent foliage, you can see the green foliage. It's full of water.
great.
That is what allows it to handle the heat, the droughts, the hot suns with ease.
So even in those areas where I just have basically rocks and no color of any kind,
right,
I could plant some of these and get some texture.
Yeah, plant them at the front of the garden beds, plant them in your borders, or in last year's mulch.
I'm in. Wait, we still have some left, right, Kevin, upstairs?
So
I just got to make sure when I get off the air.
Want to, yeah.
Because I'm only half joking. I really am going to get them. But what we have right now, it's the final quantities of the season. So it's not like, you know, if we sell out, then everything, you know.
You know, this plant will definitely sell out before we're done with our season here. And the reason is because they're one of the most versatile, easy to grow plants that do so much. Here I have a representation of last year's mulch. You don't have to go and dig out last year's mulch. You just plant it right in your last year's mulch, just like this, nestled in there like that. And then this one plant is gonna grow into something that looks like this by the first season. That is how fast they are and how rewarding they are.
That's awesome. But make sure you reserve yours now. And I use that term because you don't actually pay for them now and they won't be shipped to you now. But you'll reserve when you place your order, you'll reserve and make sure that you're good to go so that when it is time to plant based on where you live, then they'll show up at your door.
Yes.
You'll be billed at that point in time. This feature price, this is one of the other prices in the show, Devin, that was a little bit higher when I first looked online. But thankfully, once I got to work, it was lower. So now it's $24.98. We love that.
And you're
then free shipping and handling.
You're getting 3 different colors. Here you can see the first color, the Golden Wonder. Look at those flowers. They are absolutely gorgeous. The plants are totally covered and they're kind of just flowing over a retaining wall here. Here you can see the Golden Wonder on the right and the Hot Pink Wonder on the left.
How do you get them to spill over?
That's
like
just
that?
how they grow naturally. They don't need any sort of high maintenance care at all. Look at how many flowers there are. This is taken in the early morning, and these flowers, they actually open during the day and close at night.
Wow.
That is why they're able to bloom for 5 to 6 months.
So that's the Pink Wonder?
There's the Pink Wonder on the side of a rocky, craggy slope. This is wonderful on your slopes because it slows erosion. It also smothers out the weeds, so you don't have to worry about the weeds. And here you can see the Orange Wonder, a total blanket of flowers for 5 to 6 months. And I took this picture in Seattle. On the right side is the road, and on the left side is the sidewalk. And in between is just this kind of rocky area where, you know, not very much will grow there. But the ice plant does, because it doesn't need good soil. It doesn't need any special care. Here you can see it kind of cascading over a rock wall. Plant this where the hose doesn't reach. Plant this in areas around the garden that, you know, maybe are troubled areas, like areas that you typically throw gravel in because you don't know what to do. Plant this there instead, and it's going to beautify those areas.
Bridge over troubled waters is now going through my mind. Thank you for planting that seed, Devin Walleen. How many of those gone since they were introduced, Kevin? Well over 21,000 of those. Please claim yours. It's M57181. We won't have time for a full presentation of this collection, but it's awesome. 46 pieces, their extended bloom garden collection.